A cleanup worker walks past buildings that were destroyed by shelling in Borodyanka, in the Kiev region, Ukraine, April 7, 2022. Reuters. Marko Urica. An aerial view shows residential buildings that were damaged in the southern port city of Mariupol, Ukraine, April 3. Reuters. Pavel Klimov. Local residents sit on a bench near an apartment building destroyed in the besieged southern port city of Mariupol, Ukraine, March 25. Reuters. Alexander Ermoshenko. Destroyed houses are seen in Borodyanka, in Kiev region, Ukraine, April 5. Reuters. Gleb Garanich. Oleksiy Shcherbo, 98, walks past his burnt-out house and destroyed Russian tank in the village of Sloboda, outside Chernihiv, Ukraine, April 5. Reuters. Marko Urica. A woman carries her cat as she walks past buildings that were destroyed by Russian shelling in Borodyanka, in the Kiev region, Ukraine, April 5. Reuters. Zora Ben Semra. Rescuers work among remains of residential building destroyed by Russian shelling in Borodyanka, Kiev region, Ukraine, April 7. Reuters. Zora Ben Semra. Local resident Victoria Mukina, 33, prepares soil as she plants tulips near an apartment building in the southern port city of Mariupol, Ukraine, April 4. Reuters. Alexander Ermoshenko. Local residents cross a destroyed bridge as they evacuate from the town of Irpin, after days of heavy shelling on the only escape route used by locals, in Irpin, near Kyiv, Ukraine, March 7. Reuters. Carlos Barria. A view shows buildings damaged in the southern port city of Mariupol, Ukraine, April 3. Reuters. Stringer. A soldier takes a photograph of his comrade as he poses beside the destroyed Russian tank and armored vehicles, in Bucha, in Kiev region, Ukraine, April 2. Reuters. Zora Ben Semra. A firefighter works at a residential district that was damaged by shelling in Kiev, Ukraine, March 23. Reuters. Marko Urica. Women walk along a street in front of the destroyed Hotel Ukraine in Chernihiv, Ukraine, April 6. Reuters. Marko Urica. An aerial view shows a residential building destroyed by shelling in the settlement of Borodyanka in the Kiev region, Ukraine, March 3. Reuters. Maxim Levin. A woman walks between residential houses that were destroyed during shelling in a settlement outside Kharkiv, Ukraine, March 28. Reuters. Thomas Peter. A woman with dogs walks next to a destroyed bridge in Irpin, outside of Kyiv, Ukraine, March 28. Reuters. Alexander Ratushniak. An Orthodox church is seen in front of an oil refinery which caught fire following a missile attack near the port city of Odessa, Ukraine, April 3. Reuters. Nacho Dos. Firefighters work at the site of a bombing at a shopping center in Kyiv, Ukraine, March 21. Reuters. Marko Urica. People gather near blocks of flats which were destroyed in the besieged southern port city of Mariupol, Ukraine, March 17. Reuters. Alexander Ermoshenko. A Ukrainian service member walks near a school building destroyed by shelling in Zhytomyr, Ukraine, March 4. Reuters. Vyacheslav Ratinsky. Local residents walk along a street next to a building damaged in the southern port city of Mariupol, Ukraine, April 3. The sign on the vehicle reads, "Children." Reuters. Alexander Ermoshenko. A woman reacts in front of a residential building which was damaged in the separatist-controlled town of Volnovakha in the Donetsk region, Ukraine, March 11. Reuters. Alexander Ermoshenko. A man walks near destroyed cars in a residential district that was damaged by shelling in Kyiv, Ukraine, March 18. Reuters. Marco Urica, a service member of pro-Russian troops, walks near an apartment building destroyed in the besieged southern port city of Mariupol, Ukraine, March 28. Reuters. Alexander Ermoshenko, a rescue worker, stands on the roof of the regional administration building that was hit by a shell in Kharkiv, Ukraine, March 25. Reuters. Thomas Peter, firefighters worked to put out a fire in a residential apartment building after it was hit by shelling in Kyiv, Ukraine, March 15. Reuters. Marco Urica, a woman walks with a bicycle next to a building damaged in the separatist-controlled town of Volnovakha in the Donetsk region, Ukraine, March 15. Reuters. Alexander Ermoshenko,